What's up? What's the Weatherman here with another banger? I didn't plan on doing this video, but seeing as I needed to grind to get Time Thief just to realize that I didn't have the extra deck, here is Gaia, totally of my own free will and not because I need money. Gaia is a fusion deck that revolves around the boss monster, Gaia, the magical knight of dragons, who is himself a warrior, except he's not because he is a dragon. Undead could probably explain the lore reasons that is the case.
I'm glad you asked, Weatherman. You see, in Gaia's backstory, we see that—
Yeah, we don't got time for that here. He's a fusion monster whose disruption is tied to his attack. As a quick effect, this guy can reduce himself by 2600 attack to pop one card on the field. Unfortunately, this is a hard once per turn, so even if you get 2 on the field, you're still going to get 1 activation to pop a card. He can also boost himself 2600 attack if he destroys a monster by battle, and this isn't the only way to give him an attack boost. If you summon him by using the fusion spell Spiral Fusion, then he'll gain 2600 attack on summon anyway, making him start at 5200 as well as gaining the ability to make 2 attacks on monsters. To get him to the field, the combo requires you have access to 2 of 4 cards, Gaia the Magical Knight and Curse of Dragon the Cursed Dragon, or worst case scenario, Curse of Dragonfire. You'd also have a combo piece as well as the field spell Galloping Gaia because it can search for one of your combo pieces by revealing the other. It also says our opponent can't activate cards or effects in the battle phase while Gaia the Dragon Champion is on the field, which coincidentally, our boss monster does become Gaia the Dragon Champion while on the field. Technically, there's a 5th thing we can do for consistency that I will explain better during the combo. If we open with access to 2 combo pieces, then we'll normal summon Gaia the Magical Knight, who on normal or special summon will special summon a level 5 dragon from our hand or graveyard. This will be Cursed Dragon. Cursed Dragon on summon will search for a spell trap that mentions Gaia the Dragon Champion, and we will be searching for Spiral Fusion. Then we could fuse our 2 monsters into Curse of Dragon the Magical Knight Dragon, who will add a spell trap that mentions Gaia the Dragon Champion from our graveyard. We'll be adding our Spiral Fusion back from the graveyard so that we could fuse again, but this time we can use our graveyard as material, but only for the summon of a level 7 dragon fusion monster, thanks to our dragon with a suspiciously similar name to our boss monster. We'll be using the same 2 material but from our grave this time to go into our boss monster, but that's not all. You notice we didn't actually activate our skill yet. We could activate the skill Spiral Lead into the Dragon Champion to play 1 Artillery Catapult Turtle from our deck or hand face up to the field. Yes, you heard me, face up to the field, so our opponent won't get the chance to activate their back row or monster effect on our catapult unless the effect is a monster negate or something like that. Turtle has the effect to tribute a monster to special summon a Gaia the Fierce Knight or level 5 dragon monster from our hand or deck. We will be summoning the Cursed Dragonfire. This allows for us to summon a 2nd disruption of either a fusion monster or a monster negate. 9 times out of 10 we will overlay this Curse of Dragon we just summoned as well as our level 5 fusion monster to go into Chronomaly Vamana, which is a monster negate that does require us to detach 2 material for us to do so, and we will only get 1 negate because of that. We could also go the 2nd route and activate Curse of Dragonfire, who has the ability to fusion summon using monsters we control. We can go into Borreload Fusion Dragon, who has the effect to target 1 monster we control and 1 monster our opponent controls to pop both of those. It's kind of rare we summon this going first, but if we do summon it going first, we will more than likely have to pop Borreload himself as well as one of our opponent's monsters. Going second though, we do things slightly differently. The next part of our skill allows for us to place a Dark Magician on the field and add Poly to our hand from outside of the deck, but only if our opponent controls more cards on the field than us. Because of this, you do want to be smart about when you activate it so that you can take full advantage of the activation. We more than likely though will just activate this off rip to place Dark Magician on the field and give us Poly to our hand, and then activate the first part of the skill to place Catapult on the field. This does make the assumption though that we do already have Curse of Dragon in our hand. Sometimes I like to flip DM just to check for delays or potentially get them to flip their back row on Dark Magician himself. Either way, we'll activate Catapult to summon a Magical Knight from our deck, who on summon will summon Curse of Dragon from our hand. Now we can search for Spiral Fusion and fuse into the Magical Knight Dragon. Then we'll be able to add Spiral Fusion back from our graveyard so that we can make our next fusion. We're going to be fusing from our grave due to Magical Knight Dragon and make our boss monster the Magical Knight of Dragon. From here, we now have 2 options. We could Poly and make Borreload Fusion Dragon by using our level 5 dragon and maybe another Curse of Dragon or something like that from our hand. Or we could use Dark Magician plus Raging Storm Dragon, Soldier Gaia the Fierce Knight, Gaia the Magical Knight, or if we're really desperate, any of our Gaia fusions except the level 5 one, because this fusion monster does require a level 7 or higher dragon or warrior monster. And we could make Dark Magician the Knight of Dragon's magic. This bad boy gives all of our monsters piercing damage, and when we destroy a monster by battle, we can burn them for half of that monster's original attack. That is pretty much the deck, but I will mention that I've seen some people playing Volfarinegus, but I didn't really summon him very much myself. Maybe he's worth playing, and the extra deck really isn't that tight anyway, so I felt like he was definitely worth mentioning. I started playing 2 of the level 5 fusion myself just to help for follow-up, and I don't know, maybe that's just me. Anyway, let's just hop into the replays. All right, we're going second, and oh yeah, parental advisory please. I did forget to put on a matte and sleeve, so there are a bunch of naked cards on screen. I do apologize for that. We're just gonna fast forward here because they're honestly gonna be doing like a lot. And we're not here to see Galaxy Eyes, we're here to see Gaia, you know what I mean? I think they finally made their final Xyz. You already know what we're gonna do here, so you can see our hand. We've got the combo, we've got the ritual monster here, and we got a Book of Eclipse, so you already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna start off with the Book of Eclipse here. We're gonna put everything face down. I really don't care what he's doing. He's summoning something to the field, but it is gonna also be flipped, so it really doesn't matter to me. From here, what do you think we're gonna do? You look at our hand, I already said it going second. They're gonna control more cards than us, so let's go ahead and start off with the Dark Magician skill. Dark Magician is on the field, baby. Let's get a cutscene. Come on, boy, grab the pimp cane. Come on. It's a pimp named Dark Magician. You already know what it is. Now we're gonna activate the first part of the skill and we're gonna put Catapult on field. Now we're gonna tribute Catapult, summoning out our Gaia, and Gaia is gonna be summoning our Cursed Dragon from hand, searching for our Spiral Fusion. Now we're going to activate our Spiral Fusion, bam, and we're gonna go into our bad boy here, and we're gonna be able to get our Spiral Fusion back. And now we're gonna actually activate Poly, and we're gonna go into our Dark Magician Fusion, right? And remember what he does, he gives all of our monsters piercing as well as the monster we destroy by battle. We're gonna also burn them for half of that monster's original attack. And now that we've got all our material engraved, we're gonna Spiral Fusion using our graveyard because our level 5 Fusion Dragon is on field. We're gonna go into our boss monster, right? And we have piercing, right? And because we use the spell Spiral Fusion, not only do we start off at 5,200 attack, but we also get to attack twice, which I don't actually do in this clip, but we could have done. It really didn't matter because they're gonna be dropped so low, it really didn't matter what I attacked with. Bam, and we're gonna grow, gain another 26 hundo. Bam. That's a GG no re. Oh yeah, I didn't even want to have to do Lulu like this, actually. Did not want to have to do Lulu like this. Again, I apologize for the cards. I really do, man. I should have put sleeves on. I don't know why it slipped my mind. Man, I'm so embarrassed. I really am. We're gonna fast forward though, because this isn't a bird video. You can watch the Lyraless video though. It did just drop recently. If you were wanting to know how to play the deck, this isn't where to know how to play it because I'm here to play Gaia. Gaia is what we're playing today. So he's going into Recital. See what else he's gonna summon. Making a 3 material monster, I think he did make a 3 material. Yep, made a 3 material Nightingale and a Robin. So yeah, right? So he's looking pretty good, right? So this right here, he's gonna make all the damage he take, any damage he would take is gonna be inflicted to us. And then because of the bird, right, he's not gonna take any damage because of Nightingale. And then he's got the Robin, so he's got the ability to pretty much stop 2 special summons, like return 2 special summons to the hand. And I'm pretty sure he attached something else. He did detach the gray so he could put a 3rd material on it. Nice. And you already know what we're gonna do though. Let's keep it a buck. I like my cards face down. You know what we're about to do with that. Hold on. Don't take that out of context. Or take it out of context. It doesn't matter, bro. I'm on the winning side of things. Oh yeah, baby. Give me that Poly. Give me that Dark Magician. And you already know what we're doing. Activating the first part of the skill, and we're gonna put Catapult on field. Now the Catapult is on field. We're gonna be tributing to get our Cursed Dragon on field. So typically you want to summon Gaia the Magical Knight from the deck, but at the end of the day, not from the deck, wherever you're summoning from, it really doesn't matter. But typically you want to summon Gaia the Magical Knight, and you want to have him on field, and you want to have him summon your Cursed Dragon from hand or grave. But honestly, it really doesn't matter. As long as you have access to both, like typically during the combo, you are gonna summon him. But in this scenario, I already have him in my hand. So all I really needed was access to the Cursed Dragon. So I'm just gonna use the Cursed Dragon to probably add the field spell, to be honest, because I already have the Spiral Fusion, or I don't know if I just searched for that. So with that being the case, like as long as I have both of them, it really doesn't matter. I can still fuse with them because I have one on field, one in hand, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. So that's all that really matters at the end of the day. Yep, and we're gonna search for the field spell. Use the field spell to get us a little search off. Gonna add our Curse of Dragonfire for a future play that you're gonna see. So we're gonna use our Spiral Fusion, and we're gonna go into our level 5 so that we can add our Spiral Fusion back from the graveyard to our hand and be able to use it again. And we're gonna activate Spiral Fusion, and we're gonna go into our boss monster, Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. So we're looking good right now. You may be wondering, how are we gonna deal with this board, right? How are we gonna deal with it? I'm gonna use I paused for a reason, but I let it go by anyway. We're gonna use the Curse of Dragonfire, right, that we just used the field spell to search for, and we're gonna use our level 5 fusion monster. We're gonna use those 2 with our Poly to go into Borreload. And since we used the skill to put Dark Magician on the field, this means that when I activate the Borreload now, I'm not gonna have to pop himself. I can just pop the Dark Magician and pop one of their cards. And if it wasn't for the fact that they were protected from destruction by battle, then I could use the Dark Magician to attack something and then pop something, and then, you know what I mean? Like, but in this specific scenario, I couldn't do that because of Nightingale. Nightingale is going to be protecting them. Oh, it lets me look at the material, but not the card. That's hilarious. Nightingale is going to be protecting them from card destruction and battle destruction. However, since they're face down, they're not technically a Lyreless monster right now. So since they're not a Lyreless monster, I can pop them, but I can't attack them by battle right now because as soon as I attack them, they're gonna flip up. And once they flip up, they will once again be a Lyreless monster, which will be under the protection of Nightingale. So my answer here is gonna be to pop 2 of their cards and then look at something I do specifically too, right? In this scenario, we pop Robin first. Why do we pop Robin first instead of Nightingale? It does matter, because Robin has the ability to add a Lyreless monster from your graveyard back to your hand. And if we would have popped Nightingale first, then when we pop Robin would be able to put Nightingale back in the extra deck. So since I popped it first, Nightingale isn't even an option. So now when I pop Nightingale, it's just gonna be in the graveyard. So they can still get it back on field, but it's going to be a lot more annoying. Obviously, we don't go into battle because it wouldn't have been destroyed. And bam. So he does have the ability to special summon it, right? So he's going to try to put more material back on it. So he's summoning it from the graveyard to try to get some more material back on it. I'm just going to go ahead and use my Borload, popping itself and the Xyz. I don't even want Nightingale getting back in rotation on the field. So he's going to summon a second Recital, in which case I think the best thing he can really do to me right now is just get a draw. Like, I think he could just attack twice with the Recitals, in which case we would both take the damage because he doesn't have the Nightingale protecting him. But I just went ahead and popped. I didn't want him to be able to search because I don't think the Recital is once per turn, so he should have been able to use both of his Recitals to get 2 searches off. I didn't want him doing that, as well as I just didn't even want him having the option of potentially giving me a draw. I don't even know if that works like that in the ruling. So yeah, with that being the case, GG and Ori, on to the next replay.
Oh, this is Yugi. So this is a Yugi versus Yugi. This is very friendly. My boy is Yugi. My boy Undead is very, like, he loves Dark Magician. So, you know, I mean, I appreciate this will be a very, very fair game. Oh, bingo. Yeah, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted. I don't see why you can't play Blue Eyes on Seto. I don't understand. I don't understand. So, I mean, in this case, there's not really a reason to Book of Eclipse him, to my knowledge. I mean, I don't really see. I mean, I could. I mean, look, I don't think he can activate Successor Soul if I book him. But if I'm being honest, I just really, regardless, I just didn't think it mattered. Like, I just felt like the book, for one, I have 2. And it just would be better as just a follow-up thing, just something to stop his next board than it would be to helping me go second. You know what I mean? So this time, right, every other time, you're just like, oh, he just activates book and he wins the game. Oh my God, bro, the deck needs Book of Eclipse to win. Watch this. This is why I saved this clip for you. Yeah. So shut up. Anyway, let's go. So we're going to activate our skill, right? I mean, not even activate the skill. Activate the field spell, revealing our soldier Gaia. And we're going to add a Cursed Dragon to our hand. Then we're going to activate that skill, placing Dark Magician on the field. You already know that pimp name. And then we're going to put Catapult up here. Catapult's going to activate, and we're going to get Magical Knight from our deck to summon the Cursed Dragon from our hand. He's going to activate Successor Soul, which is a little annoying, getting rid of our Gaia, the Magical Knight. We are going to still be able to summon Cursed Dragon from our hand, which is going to be adding Spiral Fusion from our deck. Now we're going to be activating Spiral Fusion, and he's going to be activating Ultimate Fusion. And since he has a Blue Eyes on field, he's going to be able to pop a card, so that it is very, very, very unfortunate. So you're probably sitting here like, okay, Spiral Fusion is about to fizzle. Hell no, it doesn't. We're going to still make our level 5 because the material for our level 5 dragon, the Magical Knight Dragon, is just a warrior monster and a level 5 or higher dragon. Our ritual monster, like I said earlier, is also very great because it is a dragon and a level 5 or higher dragon, as well as the fact that, you know, we have a warrior monster in the soldier Gaia that we revealed to search for our Cursed Dragon. So now we're going to activate Spiral Fusion because our level 5 is on field. We can use our graveyard as material after adding it back, and we're going to get our boss monster, our big boy. I'm not going to sit here and keep glazing him, bro. He's a decent card. He's on the field, and now we're going to put the real guy on the field. You already know. You see the pimp came. This is a pimp name, Dark Magician. Pull up to the party, he with all the witches. And he gave me poly, so my monster's endless. Come on now, bars. I didn't even mean to start rapping on y'all like that. Just Dark Magician getting the function. I start getting crazy. So anyway, we popped him and he scoops. That's gonna be it. So I do appreciate you guys for checking out the video. You already know what it is. I will see you guys next time. Team 6K signing out. Deuces.
Hey, why they gotta hate on me? I done got me 250,000 views and they still saying they low key. They ain't wanna come work with the kid, but I'm flexing with Zay on beats. How they ask for a spot at the gym, but they leave all the weight on me. I don't ask them to wait on me. They would ask where they gon' be with a song if they wanted the Weatherman. I ain't ask them to pay no fees. She was homeless and needed a spot. I ain't ask her to pay no lease. I ain't ask her to say no please. I ain't ask her to make no cheese. Scream fake, but it ain't on me. Got clean so it ain't no streets. Why green if it ain't no keeps? Brought cream so it ain't no beef. My team say it ain't no chief. My demon, they hang on me. They seemingly ain't no peace. I seen him, he ain't no beast.